My name is Bill. Welcome to the Night Terrors Weekend Show. If you truly appreciate real-life conspiratorial journeys into the void, do not even think of missing tonight's episode. Mud fossils. Mud fossils. I reread a line. First popularized by Roger Spurs, recent DNA tests have verified that mud fossils are body parts. And CAT scans show anatomical details disguised by stone. These are traces of giant animals and the giant men which first populated the earth. And we're starting right now. Welcome to Eldergrown. Welcome to Oh No It's Taco. Trader Monkey has arrived. Rhino Rex says, hey Bill and chat. Welcome back, Rhino. First time chat. Twitch, we added 100 bits, 300 bonus bits to Eldergrown's cheer. Oh, Eldergrown is a cheer. Elder, thank you so much, sir. You're single-handedly supporting the show. Much appreciated. I kid. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you so much. Zerithian says hello. Green Tea says, hey, groovy guys and gals. I love that word, groovy. Shazbot gives greetings. That's Shazbot Shiznit. Okay, guys, let's get started here. Here at amusingplanet.com. Conan the Barbarian says hello to everyone. Welcome back, Conan. By Kaushik Padwari is an article called The Giant of Castelnau. This is about mud fossils. I guess we start with a giant. Where am I at the end? Oh, I'm at the end. Sorry. Coming up. Let's move that up, as a matter of fact. We'll do that second. Here at thegoodmenproject.com is a story uncredited. No, it's by David Shaw. My apologies, David. Entitled Epiphania and a Giant Mud Fossil Heart. First, I noticed that they value our privacy. Thank you very much for doing that. And Mr. Shaw begins. When the Good Men Project published my article, Me and a 900-mile-long dragon. In 2018, I was pleased to have the opportunity to share my excitement over finding a mud fossil heart and the adventure that led to its discovery. If you just clicked on this article and want to read more, may I suggest you go back and read the other article first. It covers my boyhood fascination with dinosaurs and fossils. Be forewarned, it also covers my total agreement with Roger Spur of Mud Fossil University, that there is clear evidence of a 900-mile-long creature flying unalived across the Sahara Desert, a finding that is bizarrely far from common knowledge as of this date. If you can get through that article, then you may want to come back and finish reading this one. Since I wrote that first article, Mr. Spur has found evidence for more dragons. Visit him at Mud Fossil University at YouTube to learn more about this and the numerous astonishing other things this humble genius has to share. Hello, Cinco. Welcome back, Mike. Green Tea has arrived. Green Tea, I was lighting a candle for Elder. He was here early. He was here 45 and 15 minutes early or something like that. Brother Malachi, welcome, sir. How you doing, brother? This humble genius has to share in the manner of true scientific inquiry. Roger Spur, that is. Who am I to declare Roger Spur to be a genius? If you read my first article, you found out I am no authority on anything fossilized. My adventure leading up to my discovery of a 9-inch-long fossilized heart involved getting up from where I was, looking at my computer monitor, and walking into my backyard. Discovery required bending at my waist, picking up the funny-shaped rock and looking at it with an open yet somewhat skeptical mind. Brother Malachi asked what happened to Elder. Nothing. Elder is here. Elder's always here. Thank you, Elder. And that's a good thing. At the time, I wanted to rule out any excitement over this find as just being another example of apophenia. Apophenia being, thank God he described it himself, or else I would have to go to dictionary.com. Yes, I lit a candle metaphorically. It's an icon that's that I put in chat, which barely looks like a candle because it's so small. And the author continues. Apophenia being the continued belief that some ambiguous random set of data points are not random when powerful others say that they are. Gotcha Man is here. Good evening, Gotcha. Gotcha Man sees he's excited and terrified. We'll talk about it. I'm going to do a promo for the two coming movies this coming Wednesday, and we'll talk about it a bit then. It's let's say after the giant of Castelnau. Thank you, Gotcha. I remember as a child seeing the shapes of animals in the clouds. Quite the scientific background, while laying on my back in the grass. I knew they were just clouds that looked like animals birthed by my imagination. This is an example of apophenia. Here he spells it aprophenia. I would sometimes see faces in the wood grain of the closet doors of my bedroom. I believe most children have such experiences. Children and adults, I mean, I've been seeing more and more of this myself. It scares me because, you wake up in the middle of the night and you think that the shirt over the back of the chair is a person, sitting next to the bed or something, and it scares you. And for me, over the past year, those incidents, which may have occurred once a week, are now occurring to me 3 times daily, which I think indicates some kind of brain change, which frightens me. There's some kind of change to my brain over the last year, and hopefully it's only limited to apophenia. When I got into looking for fossils, I was often disappointed to find what I initially thought was the biggest one I ever collected. Was but an apophenia known as pseudofossil, or at least that's what the fossil books told me. Now I'm not so sure. Roger Spur challenges those who visit his webpage to see if they could find a real mud fossil in their backyard. Once given a little coaching on what to look for, this is what got me looking. It took me 10 minutes. The mud fossil heart that I found was one of about 10 rocks in my backyard that looked like hardened organs and connective tissue of some kind. I'm pretty sure that I found a lung. I was more sure of the heart. It looked like a full-grown human heart, just about double in size. The heart is still tiny in scope compared to over the 900-mile-long dragon Roger Spur saw on Google Maps, stretching across North Africa. You can go to Google Maps and easily find it yourself. Don't give us the coordinates or anything. Since I found my heart, Spur has found more dragons, also on Google Maps. Spur has found evidence for so many unbelievable things. It's easy not to believe anything he has to say. His giant dragons can be chalked up as an overactive case of apophenia. Brother Malachi has directed me to see about some news. Might not be related, says Brother. But scientists have finally discovered the color of some dinosaurs. Groovy. I think it was by way of some fossils of skin casts and doing some reverse chemistry to figure it out. There used to be this publication called Science News. It was published monthly. I I saw it in high school. This would be back in the 70s. And it was only about 4 to 10 pages long. It just gave a synopsis of all the science discoveries within the past month. And in it, and I've never seen this picture again, in it I saw the imprint of a dinosaur and its actual scales. And I've been searching for it ever since. If anyone's ever seen it, please email me. Email in the description. However, if you use your own eyes with an open mind and critical thinking, you will not only come to believing in dragons, but a giant embryo moving towards a placenta, past giant deceased sperm. Say what? Indeed. Learn about it at Mud Fossil University. Then go looking for it yourself. You may want to revisit tales recorded in Sumerian clay tablets of a world built upon a slain split dragon body. One of Spur's harshest complaints is directed at how universities teach geology, physics, biology, and medicine, and history, to name a few areas. Spur repeatedly reports extending invitations to any learned professor to present and be prepared to debate more traditional explanations for what Spur has found and is continuing to find. Such debate is known as being key to scientific inquiry. It is known as peer review, including those who may disagree with Ivy League and West Coast intelligentsia. Is that how you spell intelligentsia? I'm thinking not, but I must know because he has a T and an S in here at the same time. Intelligentsia. Duplicate tab. We want the dictionary, please. Intelligentsia. It is. Wow. I've never spelled it myself. I've heard it. But I've never read it. So far, Spur reports no person has took up his challenge. I'm not putting myself anywhere near anybody's peer list on fossil finding or giant creature identification. In the past, I've considered myself capable of wasting time critiquing political parties, sports teams, and movie stars, while holding no membership to any list of insiders. Why not share my support for the ideas of Roger Spur and his many colleagues that are not graduates of some esteemed university? Excuse me. If I could go back in time about 3 years and be exposed to nearly all of the ideas presented by Roger Spur for the first time, I would laugh. My retirement has given me time to contemplate other things that otherwise I wouldn't have the time for, such as why I ever spent the time caring about politics, spectator sports, or movie stars. I am grateful to Roger Spur. As I write this today, I am shaking a little in astonishment and wonder. Given the evidence I have seen for myself and held in my hand, it is difficult for me to believe that Roger Spur doesn't have it right about a number of things. Search for Mud Fossil University on YouTube and be prepared to be blown away. Then try looking in your backyard. Thank you, David Shaw. Next up, we have the Giant of Castelnau. Now, this was supposed to be at the end. I usually like to have something at the end of the show. When we used to have videos, some kind of nice kicker at the end. This is the kicker. So not directly related to mud fossils, but perhaps it is. Maybe he was found. Who knows? We'll find out. I haven't read the whole thing myself. I probably read the first sentence. As viewers of this show will already know. Light on vetting here at Night Terrors. An amusing planet. The article is called The Giant of Castelnau, written by Kaushik Patawari. And Mr. Patawari begins. Legends of giants permeate folklore of cultures around the world. The ancient Greeks had gigantes, who were born of Gaia, the earth. Is Gaia a Greek word? I just got rid of the dictionary, of course. Hopefully it'll show origins. Also, we're going to have to go to Merriam-Webster, huh? Classical mythology. Any origins? Zero origins. What a crappy dictionary. Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Please. America's most trusted. An American product. Made in America. Etymology. It's a Greek word, after the Greek Gaia. It's spelled exactly the same, except there's a little hat over the eye. A primordial earth goddess in Greek myth, literally, earth. This time I'll leave dictionary there. Born of Gaia, when blood from the castrated Uranus, or the sky, fell on earth. The gigantes frequently clashed with the Olympian gods, and those who were vanquished were said to be buried under volcanoes. In Norse mythology, the giants stormed Asgard in the Battle of Ragnarok, or Ragnarök. Technically, because they have the umlaut over the O. And fought the gods until the world was destroyed. Ragnarok in this country. Arguably the most famous of the giants was Goliath, slain by David with a single blow. Cancel. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't play anything. And there's Goliath and David. What was that up there? Same thing. Okay. Many ancient alien propagandists believe that giants existed for real and built many of the large stone monuments of the past. I would delete propagandists, such as the Stonehenge and the pyramids. Even natural geologic features, such as the massive basalt columns of the Giant's Causeway on the coast of Northern Ireland, were attributed to construction by giants. However, there is no archaeological evidence that would suggest that hominids ever grew any taller than we are today. To the contrary. Imagine the surprise when then anthropologist Georges Vacher de la Pouge discovered 3 apparently human bones of gigantic size during an excavation of a Bronze Age cemetery at Castelnau, near Montpellier, France. Montpellier, we would say over here, I guess. Montpellier, France, in 1890. Whoops, I'm behind on my... Deacon Mossy, welcome. As depicted above, the one on the left is the fragment of a femur. I'm going to have to go... Oh, there we go. It just spit it on its own. Or thigh bone of enormous girth. It was 14 centimeters in length, and the circumference of the bone was 16 centimeters. 14 centimeters, gargantuan for a femur. Oh, and it looks like we need AI. That's going to be at home. What is the typical length in inches of a femur? The average adult male femur is approximately 18.9 inches, 48 centimeters. So that would be tiny in comparison. That's what I thought. Excuse me. Okay, thanks, guys, for the notice. Thank you, Dinkum, for the estimate. Dinkum says that in this article, they're saying it was only about 6 inches long, whereas the typical femur length is 19 inches. So the description of this article is very small and purports to be large. Thank you, Dinkum. We must find the truth. Found by Georges Vacher de la Pouge. What was the real size of these bones? Because this got to be wrong in this article. Let's duplicate this tab. Look this guy up. Hopefully it's the only thing he ever did. Anthropologist, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're going to need more. There's a lot on him. Castelnau. Elder asked, they were talking about diameter, not the length, weren't they? The article says, thank you, Elder. "14 centimeters in length and circumference of 16 centimeters. So the circumference might be about right. So that would be 7 inches. About seven or more inches, let's say. Or about, let's say about 7 inches in circumference. So I don't know how to do 7 inches. Piece of paper is 8 inches on the end, right? So that big a roundabout. So that's about probably accurate. But 14 centimeters in length cannot be accurate. Circumference, yeah, I can see circumference being huge. But it would be less than this, actually. This is like, no, wait, this is 9.5 on a side, right? This is 9.5 by a side, so, geez, I don't know, taken away at both sides, maybe about that big. My apologies. That's still thick for a femur, I imagine. No personal experience with that. So what's the real story? And, oh, there it is over there. We're going to have to add Castelnau. Okay. It's in French, damn it. No, not able to read that. X out of that. I have to resort to AI here again. What were the measurements of the bones found by at Castelnau? Georges Vacher de la Pouge. Oh, I should answer with AI, right? Answer with AI. Thigh bone. Where's the femur? A femoral midshaft thigh bone. The femur is the thigh bone, right? Estimated to be about 3.5 meters. 11 foot 6 inches tall. It doesn't say circumference, though. Rephrase, what were their circumference measurements? Circumference. Answer with AI. It was 16 centimeters circumference of the femur. Well, he got it all messed up. So 16 centimeters per dinkomasi is 6 inches. So that's, if this is 11.5 inches. So half of this, a little bit more than that. So let's say right about there. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of chunky looking too. Anyone get that? Everyone get that size? So that's about the exact size. Scientifically. Red Zeppelin, welcome. Zerithian says, mind-boggling. Multi-modding, actually. Dinkomasi was muted on SnoozeTube? I'm sorry, Dinkum. Thanks so much for coming to Twitch, though. YouTube no longer pays me, but Twitch does, so everyone over here is one more count in my favor. Thank you, sir. The circumference of the femur is 16 centimeters, and the length being, the previous answer, length being 3.5 meters. 11 foot. Wow, geez. That little bit of circumference for 12 foot long? I don't know. How can a femur be that small in circumference and 12 feet long? Huh, very interesting. Green Tea says, in the 1950s, my grandfather was fishing along the Grand River and saw a huge bone sticking up. He called the state. He had found a mastodon. They dug it up and let him keep a tooth as a finder's fee. Amazing. Eldergrown says, math is hard, let's not do math. I'm just saying. This, it's a femur, right? Which in humans, who knows? Maybe that in circumference, maybe that, maybe around there in circumference, maybe. It's your thigh bone. Got to be substantial. So the giants is like this, and it's 12 feet long. It's proportionally odd, you know? My apologies, though, Elder. We'll get away from that math right now. I was going to say Green Tea is still in the family. Green Tea's mother still has the tooth wrapped up in a box. Wow. A mastodon tooth. Oh, those got to be, they were like vegetarians, right? Let's find out. Were mastodons vegetarians? Answer with AI. They were herbivores, in other words, vegetarians. They had blunt cone-shaped molars that crushed vegetation. Well, I thought they would have been flat molars. Isn't that interesting? They're cone-shaped. In contrast, mammoths had ridged molars that cut plants, similar to those of modern elephants, so more flat for the mammoths. But mastodons, a cone-shaped tooth. Isn't that interesting? like a sharpened fang. Gotcha, man, with a link. Thank you, gotcha. Now that guy's got a long, thin femur. Thank you, gotcha. The one on the right is the upper part of a tibia or shin bone. The one on the left is the femur of enormous girth. So AI is wrong, man. That is not 12 feet in length. Freaking AI, is it still there? Typical femur length. It'll be the one before this. Did I lose it? Or is it the wrong one? Mastodon diet? Yeah. So, yeah, as you may have heard me say before, AI is often wrong, and it is often. 11 feet 6 inches tall. 3.5 meters, they say, was the femur. So we still don't know the truth. So let's not search with AI. How about a regular search? Oh no, it's Taco says, I think someone stuffed up their maths, says Taco. We're not muted now? Okay, cool. Giant of Castelnau History Forum. Maybe here we'll get the right information. Back to expand. The human was 11 feet tall. So the whole giant was supposed to be 11 feet tall. Fucking AI. Excuse my language. Freaking AI. Excuse me. I love math. I'm so sorry. Just love it. I wish I'd been a statistician. Love statistics. It's a way of predicting the future. Love statistics. I still have all my old textbooks and my old notebooks. Giant of Castelnau. Come on, give us the measurements, guys. Discovery. Only the height of the giant. No, wait, here we go. The shaft of a femur, 14 centimeters in length. Maybe it's just a 6-inch subsection? Almost cylindrical. That must be it. It is only 6 inches long. But since it's 16 centimeters around, since it's about 7 inches around, they figure its length at whatever. We'll never know. Because we're not doing math. Le Peugeot and La Nature. I think it is unnecessary to note that these bones are undeniably human, despite their enormous size. The volumes of the bones were more than double the normal pieces to which they correspond. Judging by the usual intervals of anatomical points, they also involve lengths almost double. End quote. The bones of the giant were examined by zoologists, more than one zoologist, and a paleontologist at the University of Montpellier, and later by Dr. Paul Louis-André Keener, professor of pathological anatomy at the Montpellier School of Medicine. Thank you, Elder, for the power-up redemption, sir. Much appreciated, sir. Elder's just so glad there's no more math. Who admitted that they represented a very tall race, but nevertheless found them abnormal in dimensions and apparently of morbid growth. Were the bones unearthed at Castelnau indicative of a case of hypertrophy of the pituitary gland, resulting in excessive levels of human growth hormone or something else. The Boston Journal of Chemistry and Pharmacy reported, the giant of Castelnau must have been a source of wonder, if not terror, to the savage men of those times. 50 straight shows. Holy moly, was that Elder? Holy cow. Thank you, Green Tea, for that report. I missed it completely. Wow. Deacom Aussie asks, does anyone remember why Bill was wearing that respirator mask? This was the pre-kitty era when we had, I had a big rat. And it went between myself and my neighbor. It traveled, but it preferred our house. This is why we got a cat, and no more rats, no more mice. We're golden. It's just the sight of the cat, or the sound of the cat, just drives them right out of the house. It's amazing. She's kind of a timid cat, too. Kitty is. So during the show, I would hear the rat scratching behind the stove. And I would have to light, so I would light the stove for 30 minutes. And then turn the stove off. And then the rat would be gone. No muss, no fuss. I continue the show. During this show, however, I went beyond 30 minutes. The stove began to smoke. Because look at me, I'm not going to clean out the stove. The stove began to smoke. And that's why I put the mask on. For quite a bit of time. Thank you, Dinkum. Incidentally, there has been an old tradition among the peasants of the vicinity that a cavern in the valley was in olden times occupied by a giant. Is it possible that the old tale was founded on fact? Interestingly, more bones of giants were reported to have turned up near the same location a few years later. Workers excavating a waterworks reservoir allegedly found skulls up to 32 inches in circumference. Just kidding. For comparison, the average adult head measures about 22 inches. Other bones of gigantic proportions were also recovered, indicating they belonged to a race of men between 10 and 15 feet in height. The bones were reportedly sent to the French Academy of Sciences for further study. This is where the trail runs cold. No mention of the alleged giant bone fragments of Castelnau ever appeared in a science journal again. Isn't that odd? We don't want your bones. Silly bones. Oh, by the way, people, the movie's coming up next week. Feature number 1 is going to be Zombieland. My voice, pardon me. Feature 1 will be Zombieland. Feature 2 will be Centurion. So that's coming up this Wednesday, only on Twitch, 7 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. And the week following, Gotcha Man will be guest host for movie night. And the thing that I forgot to mention, Gotcha Man, we can talk about it by email. I forgot that I usually give the viewers a 5-minute interval to let them to drift in before the movies actually start. Gotcha Man will be guest hosting, not this coming Wednesday, but the next coming Wednesday. Oh, and by the way, I think The Quiet Earth should be selection number 2. I haven't decided on number 1 yet. Leaning Child's Play. So either you or I could record, I think, a 5-minute introduction. I'd have no problem doing it. If you want to do it, that's so cool. We'll talk about it by email. Thank you. Gotcha. Let's get rid of that. Next up. Let's see if some of this open. Not Gaia. What was before Gaia? That's a dictionary. The Merriam-Webster. Let's leave that. Leave femur length. What's before this? Leave this where we can search AI. Let's do AI searches. Thank you. Gotcha. Let me see if I have a note from Gotcha over here by any chance. Okay. Yeah, next up. Are these giant prehistoric trees? Written by Secret Energy. It's at secretenergy.com. And Secret begins. Old trees can be seen as a rarity. They are accounted for and protected as a natural monument. But why do they say all the forest, even in Siberia, do not have trees older than 200 years? Where are the giants? I want to approach this from the other side, beginning from the Earth's poles. Soviet biologists have discovered something strange. The poles are a unnatural quantity of water in the form of ice and snow, and an unnatural quantity of carbon dioxide dissolve in the oceans. This clearly adds to the general craze about global warming. With more simple calculations, scientists claim they have deduced a figure that says recently there was general warming in 99.9% of the Earth's biosphere. I don't understand that point. 99.9%, however, describes the number of scientists who believe in global warming. It is known that living cells are composed mainly of water. So the snowcaps of the poles are nothing but the release of water organisms, which in the gaseous state migrated to the poles and then condensed in the form of precipitation. Now think about the figure of 99.9%, which to him represents there was a general warming of the biosphere. He doesn't say what 99.9% means, though, exactly. In other words, what is now water grows, crawls, flies, swims, and runs around the Earth at a volume of 20,000 times smaller than it was before the fire. What fire is that? A lot left out of this article. This was to all of our plants, animals, and people together. Insert an image to compare the ratio of volumes. But then there was a discrepancy. Biologists have divided this figure, oh no, more math, by the area of all the continents together, and they did not work. There was not enough land. And the fact is, it shouldn't be anywhere else but on land. It turned out that the stereotype thinking was to blame, because our usual forests of 50-meter height trees was set in the minds of biologists and prevented the quick unraveling of the matter. If the plants do not fit now, at a higher breadth, they should be placed upward and all at once grow together. Boy, this is really bad. I'm so sorry. I think this may have been translated from another language. Yeah, by anonymous author, semi-anonymous author. And lots of details left out, lots of math. Oh gosh, what are we going to do about that? Well, supposedly these are giant fossilized trees, right? This being, I forget the name of it, Devil's something. It's not Devil's Peak, I don't think. Someone in the chat. This is the star, one of the stars of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where Richard Dreyfuss carved this mountain out of mashed potatoes and other ingredients. Devil's Tower. Thank you, Kenga. Kenga Kong with the answer. Devil's Tower. So this being a fossilized tree trunk, according to the theory. And why do they not show more fossilized tree trunks here? Here's a sequoia tree, evidently. Another sequoia, I take it, and another. It says here redwoods. So the sequoia redwood, I guess. More math. Look at these photos carefully, it says here. Gotta be a redwood, right? That one on top. Same here with all the lumberjacks thereabouts. And it took all of them to cut down the tree. How do you cut down a tree that size? And look at the level it was cut down. Above their heads, one would imagine. It doesn't exactly show here. But this is cut down above their heads. Any other indications? This one closer to ground level. But how? That's like all flat across it. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, wait a second. I fell down. Maybe, oh, okay. So one huge countercut on the other side, probably, right? A big one. Dikamasi says, with a really big saw. Green Tea says, with a really big saw. Taco says, or lasers from the UFOs. Yellow Rose for Texas says Photoshop. Yes. 1880 Photoshop, the early years. Gotcha Man with a link. Oh, thank you, Gotcha. Check it out. Let's, this goes more and more and more. How can I zoom out, or what can I do? Control minus. Example saw. Yeah, but that's probably like one of the longest ones. So once they got the edges, how do they ever get inside? Oh, then they must have cut downward on it, right? Cut in a little ways, because it's not going to wrap the whole diameter of the tree. It's not going to stretch the whole diameter of the tree. So just around the edges, then cut down, remove the wedges. Cutting more along that edge, then cut down, and then the whole surface remaining would look flat. In my imagination. Thank you, Gotcha. Yellow Rose for Texas says, I tell you, aliens did it. Then photoshopped humans in. Gotcha Man says, I suppose it took a week to cut down. As for time? Yeah. I'd say 3 to 7 days, yeah. Red Zeppelin, thanks for the Twitch appearance. It is Twitch where I get paid. YouTube no longer pays me, so everyone on Twitch is highly appreciated. Thank you, Red Zepp. Who says, Big Gus Moran of Moran Ironworks produced a functional chainsaw measuring 7 meters, 22 feet long, and 2 meters high, 6 feet high, in 1961. Zerithian says, around the edges, cut the wedges. I think Bill just rapped. Completely off topic. Mondo V, welcome Armando. Mondo V saw a Roseanne Barr clip with a flat earth expert. Mondo says it got me a little. But by the end of that 5-minute clip, I was, whoa. On that flat earth model, these huge giants could totally have lived. Thank you, Mondo. If someone thinks that the forests were cut down just for timber, then I hasten to dispel your naivete. Spells naivete incorrectly. He spells it naivety. What else would you cut them down for? The fact is that old trees also work as information storage. Yeah, they didn't care about that. That's modern science, I think. A database. In modern parlance, a living hard disk. Everything that happens to the planet, the trees record it in their informational portal. A person with good enough sensitivity can just go to a forest and easily access any information about the past just by touching the tree trunk. Oh yeah. I do not know for what reason, but several redwoods barbarians decided to leave one alive. They even made a fence around it and called it a reserve. More than one is alive in that reserve. So to sum up, let's go to the next one. Ooh, huge leaf print. Any captions? 0 captions. Just no captions. Just here's a fossil, nothing for scale. These days, archaeologists put in these little rulers for scale. They probably have some kind of standard these days. What is the archaeological standard? What is the archaeological standard? For rulers put in photographs. My bungling attempt at my question. Photographs in archaeology is a primary source. Scales and rulers for forensic photography. At academia.edu. See, download PDF. A complete set of printable scales, rulers, and ID markers for forensic photography, archaeological excavation photography, and medical photography. Download PDF, continue with Google. Choose an account. Sign in, continue. Red Zeppelin uses a Bic lighter to trim their bonsai trees. Oh, there's a bunch of different ones. I think he does give pictures in this paper. Da Vinci. Head measured and horseman. Where's Da Vinci's scale? Did he have one? I can't open it in a new tab. Oh, I can zoom this, though. What does he have for scale? Well, the human being, I guess. It's a scale unto itself. So the answer is nothing. Da Vinci stuff is fascinating. Scientific stuff. Artwork. Head measured and horseman. Head measured, he calls it. Head proportioned, more likely. Proportions of the head. How do you do regular? Revert. The one underneath, Hendrik van Balen, the Younger. The Measurers. 16th century, oil on panel. So it's oil on wood. Museum of the History of Science, Oxford. So I'll never be able to see it. Let's take a look. The Measurers, it's called. The Measurers. Oh, like cartographers, I guess. There's a compass. This guy's holding a compass. Another compass here. A whole bunch of different measurement tools littering their floor. One here, one here, one here. There. Oh, plain ruler under here, looks like. Here, another tool. Right angle, like carpenters use. And this, oh, and a woman measuring cloth. Interesting composition. These people actually would never be working across from each other. He just wants to show a bunch of people who do measurement in the same painting. Behind, measurement by using this container. This container is a unit of measurement, I imagine. Could that be true? This person, maybe we can go closer up here. So there's the people measuring in the container. What's the person behind there doing? Measurement with weights. You can see the scale right here. Measurement with weights. There's a bundle of goods on the platform. That's a big old scale. Commercial scale, they'd call it today, I guess. More measurement with weights. That's one side. Where's the other side? Where's the other side? That has to be balanced by something. It looks like it's here. Oh, I see. It's this floor piece over here. Almost seems to continue here, but it's not. This is the platform of the balance. Here are the weights on the balance. There's the object they're weighing on the other balance side. Why did I do that? Lost everything. You lost everything. There we go. What is this measuring? What is that measuring? Looks like he's teaching someone to read. Wait, where to go? No, that would be minus here. I'm sorry, people. Why is that measurement? He's teaching the kid to read. Maybe he's teaching the kid math. Measured. Maybe it's an apprentice? That breaks the mold. I wonder. Measurement. I don't know. Anybody got any ideas? Conan the Barbarian says, he's teaching measuring, I think. The hand behind the student's head is a cool way to represent it. Right. Conan, you make such a good point. The hand behind the head, passing knowledge directly into the child's brain. I imagine they knew the brain back then was the seat of, dare I say, intelligence. Gotcha Man says, he couldn't draw children very well. That ain't all. Yeah, I know, right? That kid's real fat in the butt. And it looks like a boy. God help me, I'm a misogynist. God help me. Anything beyond the woman? No, nothing beyond the woman. How about behind her? Oh, I did it again. And he did it again. No, nothing behind her except a fabric she's already measured. Isn't that weird? All in the same thing. All in the same thing. Wait, what is this? We missed it. Behind the people using this to measure. Oh, look, she has a roller to even it out on top. He shovels it in the container, and then she levels it out with this roller. It looks like a roller. It looks round. It might not be. But behind that, oh, it's just two more people with a balance, it looks like. A balance of some kind. Because there's the triangle of the balance right there. And that person placing items on the other side of the balance. Okay. Eldergrown says, a balance of terror. Thank you, Elder. Okay, so that was our scale thing. What do we want to look for, though? We wanted to look for those standard measuring things, right? Let's go to actual size. Photo scale. L-shaped photo scale. ABFO number 2 standard. That doesn't say about an ABFO rating. Linear photo scale with 2 circles. Linear with 1 circle. Linear without lateral circles. Photo scale circle. Why would they do a circle alone? That wouldn't apply to any scale I know. Arrow-shaped linear. Ooh, I like that design. Arrow-shaped linear photo scale small. Now, where's the scale? Oh, there it is on the side. Inches on the side, I guess. Did the other one have anything on the side? Nada. That is not a scale. That's not a photo scale. In my mind. I'm super late, says Big Tust. Welcome, my friend. No worries. You were the man. Business card size photo scale with 2 circles. So a lot of stuff made for professional use. I guess depending on whether, just on your preference, I guess. Or maybe what's in vogue at the university at the time. Credit card size photo scale ruler with 1 circle and an arrow. Although why circles would be... Why would you put circles in something for scale? Just to compare distortion of the image? Because this and this do not show scale. The circle and the triangle. Of course, in common... No, not of course. This is the only thing that shows scale is these centimeters. I wonder if everything's in centimeters. Where does this guy publish from? Valerio Capello. Probably Europe. Go to geodi.com, 2024. Left blank. I assume. I should not assume. Anything at the end? Note that the rulers are not in scale in this preview book. All items in this book are available for download for a small fee. Ooh, a website. The link does not work, though, evidently. Goodness gracious, come on, get the website name, please. Just the website name. Oh, well, it was not to be. Copy. And here. And here. Paste. And delete the first part. That's not too bad. GOD. Accept and continue. You'll be ready to Chrome Web Store to install this extension. No. No. Can I get rid of this with the magic, with my magic trick? Not that one. This one? Yeah. We'll get rid of that crap. Settings, where are you? Thank you. And, where's my special setting? There it is. Yes, thank you, sir. May I have another? So they have yellow and black. I'll get rid of that. F12. They have yellow and black. Or do they at all? No, these are all black and white. I guess. Yeah, I bet they're all black and white. Yellow and black. What an idiot. And then there's this right here. You can download the files from Etsy for paying a small fee. And I can't. Can I open this image in a new tab? Yeah, there we go. Tell me we're going to get a look at it. They have one color one, or one or two. Hard to tell if they actually have a scale of inches here or not. It might be a scale of pixels, you know, something like that. But these images, no way to tell. Why put a circle and a triangle on that thing? In any case, we were here. No. Here. No, yes. Trees, yes. And a leaf with no scale. And a, I should know the name of this, but I'm blanking. And an octopus with no scale. Ooh. Check out these weird creatures, man. The ancestors, ancient ancestors of the octopi. Open image, a new tab. You got to be kidding me. Look at these weird-ass freaks, man. Ugh, holy cow. Wow, it's really sad they all died together, man. Well, maybe they like died one at a time and floated to the bottom type thing. That's probably what it is. But all those dead pre-octopuses. Wow, those are so weird. Segmented tentacles beginning at the crown. You can't really see if they have a beak, though. The octopus, of course, has that powerful beak right about here, normally hidden by its legs. Ooh, an octopus who lost a leg, apparently. Or he might never have had it, or it might have rotted off before it got buried in silt or eaten off. But this looks like exclusively a, let's say, octopus ancestral graveyard. And these bumps all over the surface. Again, no scale. No idea how big these are. But there's a quarter piece of wood over here. So we know. Oh, there's a metal tab here. A metal tab holding the stone. I assume it's the size of maybe a thumb. So those are huge. Those are octopus-sized. With a metal bracket for scale. Isn't that interesting? Taco says, octopus. Yum, yum. Ooh, and what is this? Your regular dinosaur. Back to large. This gives a little clue on how it's done. That was cut at an angle. And then this. And then they were able to do the whole thing. That's just like, that's 3 cuts. That's amazing. So this one first, and then this one, and then across the bottom. This one being small enough to be cut across all the way. But why isn't there a wedge in part of it? Oh, because the wedge was cut from underneath, maybe. Fossilized trees in the petrified forest of, I have no idea. That's a big one. Got no scale. Except maybe for the concrete blocks here, it gives a little bit of scale. Look at this one cut in pieces. That's got to be illegal. Or it just fell apart, maybe. In regular lengths. Almost regular lengths. Same here. I imagine it's illegal to tamper with these. Or else they'd all be gone. Your people's dining room tables. Can you see the annual rings? Asks the author. Is that graffiti? What is that? Can you see the rings? He asks. Maybe, but it's really hard to see on this. Can we see the rings on this? Yeah, I think so. Well, you can see on that one back there. I'm surprised you can't see. And those look really wide for regular rings, especially on a tree of that girth. You can see a suggestion of rings here, but each one of these that looks like a single ring is probably 2 or 3, I'm assuming. I don't assume giant trees grow giant rings. I assume they're just as small as regular trees. That might be an incorrect assumption. Especially towards the outer part of the tree here. There's another wide band. When it's getting that huge, how can the band be that wide? There's another wide band. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe that's why they live so long. Eldergrown correctly points out that the size of the ring depends on the weather conditions for that year. They can match them up, too. They can use, for example, of wood. Certain wood was used to build an old house. You could cut a sample of the wood, and they might be able to tell you what year the house was built by analyzing the rings and comparing them to other rings from the same area that have been dated with specific years into the past. Twitch has added 2 bits and 1 bonus bit to, oh no, it's Taco's Power-Ups redemption. Thank you, Taco, for your power-ups. I really appreciate it. Your power-up redemption as well. Thank you, ma'am. But no rings on that red one. Or that red one. Or that red one. Now this is what in amber? Damn, we're 15 minutes overtime. We're 15 minutes over time, people. Anybody realize this? What is that insect? That's so weird with the ridges. Look at that. There's like ridges on it. What do you call it? The thorax? Almost like a cricket. But then the huge bulbous head? Wow, very weird, man. What is that insect? Farm out, man. Red Zeppelin says it looks like a frog. Right, could be a frog. Could be a frog, partially decomposed frog. But what are these ridges about? Let's say it is a frog. There's the spine of the frog, the backbone of the frog. The backbone of the frog. Toad. A frog or a toad. Good point. Who had that one? It's not an insect. I'm an idiot. It's a little small animal. I missed who suggested that. So thank you, whoever it was. Red Zeppelin. And taco. And green tea. Or forefather to a cicada. Says taco. Yeah, to me, that, yeah. More like a partially decomposed toad that got trapped in amber. A young one. The pictures are the best part of this article. Guys, are we really 18 minutes past the author? After the hour? Red Zeppelin says it is really cool, though. Yeah, no doubt, right? More of Devil's Tower. Thank you, King Kong. For naming that mountain. And here it is close up. They claim it was formed from molten magma. But how does magma rise in columns like that? Proclaiming the beauties of the universe by showing us honeycomb. Honeycomb's big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no. Stump fibers as flax fiber. Conan's suggestion, the Thunderbird photograph. What a good suggestion. Seeing as it's after 11, we might as well. Red Zeppelin says someone hasn't been very honest with us as a people. Conan, why waste it? Thunderbird photograph. I mean, it's after regular showtime anyway. Let's go. Unless I'm mistaken. The time just flew by. Wow. Just flew by. Probably should have looked at images. Not that one. It's not that one. I know which the one you're talking about. It's this one. All right, let's find the best size. This is what it won't tell us. Let's go to Google, which does give the size, I believe, or Yandex. Let's go to Google. Images. Legend or lie, it says. Is this the one you're talking about? Them in front of the stable? This is 1200 by 720. This larger one, the larger looking, is tinier in detail. But they're at the liver something stable. Let's open this one up. It's the largest so far. New tab. Wow, that is so cool. We still have 40 more minutes. Oh, great tea, thank you. I was about to end the show. I was thinking it was a weekday. Thank you, green tea. Damn, that would not have been good. So evidence of Photoshop here. This is a very good job if it is. Whoops. Don't say whoops. Whoops. Let's say thereabouts. Look at that. How is he holding up the head, though? The hand's on the top of the beak. Wouldn't the hand be underneath the beak to support the weight of the head? I mean, this is a dead one, right? It's going to be limp unless rigor is set in. Its head's going to be limp. So that I don't know. He is kind of supporting the back of the head, but the front of the head with the huge proboscis, although that may balance the weight somewhat, this on the back of the head. You would think he should be supporting it from underneath with this hand. Looks mummified to me, that dog. Taco was saying that dogs don't look real. Hard to tell, those are both classic dog poses. Why is he holding his dog by the neck? It's like he's holding his dog back by the neck. Do people do that? Unusual pose to me. Red Zeppelin says birds have very small brains. Right? You don't think that the head would be heavy and fall down when the head of a dead pigeon falls down, right? Conan says, this is the photograph I was talking about. Not the pterodactyl. This is. Oh, what is that? I missed it. Did you send me a link? If you did send me, please resend the link. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Conan. Oh, I saw that one too. Right here. How big is it? Oh, this is going to be easier, believe me. It's fairly large. Open it up. To me, the one we just saw is the most believable. Open image, new tab. No, I think this is 100% real. I mean, look, how could that be contrived? Evidently Union and Confederate soldiers. Yes, 3 on each side. You got Union on the left, Confederate on the right. With the bat wings and 3 claws up here. I would think it should be 4 claws, but I don't know for sure. Taco says those shoulders look shopped in. It almost looks like it's made out of paper mache. And there's no webbing in the wings at all. No no veins. What about the other one? Did I get rid of the other one? No, here it is. See, here you got veins in here. You got bones, finger bones in here, so-called finger bones. Is it not sending the video link? Where's that video from, my friend? We aren't doing, I'm sorry, we're not doing video anymore on the show. Maybe it's been a while since you've been here. I got my second strike from YouTube for a video I showed during the episode on Uber rideshare nightmares. And you can't get 3 or else they kick you off. So we're no longer showing any video on here, especially YouTube. Every once in a while I'll make an exception, like if it's archival video, public domain, and is marked as such, then I'll take a chance and show it. But I'm not showing any more video from any other source. I'm so sorry, Conan. Elder Grown suggests you post it in the Discord. That's a good idea. And Conan, there's a link to the Discord in the description below. Also below, links to my Venmo and Cash App for all you contributors. Thank you so much. I just put the Cash App in. Venmo, you guys have already been so generous, and thank you. That's in the description below. And by the way, guys, don't forget, join us for the movie this coming Wednesday night, the double feature. First up is Zombieland, a gruesome comical movie, a gruesome comical classic. Huge rating at IMDb, like 7.2, 7.4. Phenomenal IMDb rating for this bloody comedy. And the second feature, and because of the C, I can't see it. Centurion. The second feature, Centurion, which is about a group of Roman soldiers fighting the Gauls that get separated from their battalion. It's not a battalion. Back then it was a centurion, because he's a member of 100 men, right? What they used to call that, I don't remember. A group gets separated from the main group in Gaul and has to fight their way out. It's a really good movie, Centurion. So that's coming up this Wednesday night movie night, only on Twitch. The Lost Legion. Yeah, I like The Lost Legion, David Bryce. Zerathan says, yeah, that movie lineup looks good. Red Zeppelin says, great movie. Thanks, guys. Okay, what do we got coming up next? There's got to be more reading somewhere. Maybe we should move on to the next reading. But I'm having so much fun with this one. No, that's not photoshopped. Losing my thread here of where my reading even is. Right here, thank you. So let's just... excuse me. There's the, I guess, the basalt, of course, in Ireland. The giant steps or something. The giant pillars in Ireland, off the coast of Ireland. Gotchaman says they called Legion. I'm thinking a Legion, maybe. But Gotchaman says they're called a century or a centuria. So that would be the 100 men. Centurion, of course, being only one thereof. Ooh, interesting conversation here between Devoured Eagle and Elder about creators. So is that strike the reason why there aren't clips in the show now? Devoured Eagle, exactly. 3 and you're out. And everybody on YouTube now is saying, that's my copyright. I don't blame them, but I have to adapt. And the new format is coming up. We only have one more regular show like this, where we stick on a single topic, haha. Devoured Eagle says that's so unfortunate. It's happened to everybody, not just me. A whole bunch of other spooky story people, a whole bunch of other people doing other niches. They're really cracking down on copyright now. But the nature of the internet is to adapt or die, so you just adapt. That's what we're doing. This Saturday is the next to last Saturday night that we're going to have a supposed single topic. And the viewer's choice format will prevail after next Saturday. For your information. These are hexagonal too, isn't that interesting? They are basalt. It's called the Giant's Causeway, or the Giant's Trail, on the coast of Ireland. Green Tea says, many creators love Rumble. That's my next step. I'm shortening the, on Twitch, I'm shortening broadcast to 3. On YouTube, I'm shortening broadcast to 2 a week. I hope this to give me time for me to produce my new format on YouTube, which is going to be shorts. If I can do one a day, that'd be nice, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that one a day. But I'm going to do shorts on YouTube. That's the new format, with which I hope to gain the views I need to be remonetized, because now I'm behind on views. Because I stupidly, and if I did it over again, I'd stay on YouTube, even demonetized. I stupidly spurned monotube. I'm not going to make them any money, because they can put, in YouTube, they can put ads on my videos. And I have no say about it. I don't get any revenue from it. And it's like that for everybody. If you're not monetized, now they can put ads on your videos without your permission. They get all the revenue. And we need a YouTube union. So the reason why there's an extra show on Twitch per week is because of movie night. Here on and over on YouTube, it'll be the Saturday night and then the Tuesday night show. Both will be viewer request format. You notice a couple other slight changes besides no more videos. It's exciting. Change is good. So we'll be seeing those changes coming up. Here's from above. Oh, so pretty. Natural waterfall off the coast of Ireland. And then, of course, a natural segue to volcanoes. That's lava, right? That's not basalt. Basalt's something different, right? Lava produces, I forget what you call the rock that lava produces. Where's that AI? Where's the search here? Where's the AI, man? What kind of rock does lava produce? Answer with AI. Hopefully they'll tell us the truth. It's called volcanic rock. I thought there was another name for it. No, lava rock, also known as volcanic rock. Encompasses all types of igneous rocks formed from lava or magma. It can have a range of textures and compositions. In summary, lava produces igneous rock. also known as volcanic rock. I did not know that. It makes pumice. That's true. Where's pumice? Damn AI. Thank you, Gotcha Man. Is there anything you say? Rumble is looking pretty good, yeah. And so my thought before I gave that giant preamble about what's coming up. And then Rumble is next for me after that, which is not going to be the new shows to start on Rumble. I'm going to be doing the old shows on Rumble, the original shows. How often I will be doing, I don't know. I might do one a day. I might do one a day over there because I have like a whole bunch. Let's see. I must have, I don't know, I'm estimating, do I have 350 of them? Maybe not. I did them for 4 years, 52 weeks a year. Let's say 200 of them. At 5 days a week, math. At 5 days a week, that would be, look, that's 4 times 52. No, it's 5 times 52. So that is 5 times 50, 250. I could do 4/5 of a year if I did one every weekday. Get people at work to watch. Yeah, Rumble's coming up after all these changes, just to bend to the will of YouTube. Suit and tie old videos. Yes, Dinkamasi, the suit and tie old videos. I'm going to see if I can really recycle this so-called evergreen content. Dinkamasi says, hell yeah. Thank you, Dinkum. Invisible sippy cup. Elder Grown alerts us all. Thank you, Elder. Mondo V says those squids totally looked like the Flatwoods monster types. Good point, Mondo. Mondo also says there's a scripture in the Bible about the earth being nothing less than a bone cemetery. Really? Interesting. I gotta find it. We'll use the AI for that. Wait, I don't need that. Oh shit, I got an answer with AI. Based on the provided research, there's no direct scripture. However, there's some relevant passages. Dry bones prophecy of Ezekiel. Thus says the Lord God to these bones. Behold, I will cause breath to enter you. The account of Adam naming Eve. But AI is often wrong. AI is often wrong. I mean often. Like 25% of the time. They'll sneak something in there or omit something that should be there. And this is underneath them. Holy shit. Want to have lunch under those? Ooh, the salt flat. Where's the salt flat? What is this? This is a salt lake in Bolivia. No kidding. It's the biggest dried salt lake in the world. I had no idea. No idea. Amazing. Showing the hexagonal division of the salt lake that's supposed to represent the basalt off the coast of Ireland. Yellow Rose for Texas says, yes, it has a reflection effect. So that would be up here. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. It's called the reflection effect because that is not water over the sands. I've never seen that on the Salt Lake in the U.S. A picture of it anyway. That's amazing. That is just amazing. I thought that was a boat. It's a car. That's that max magnification for me. The guy in his car and someone walking. The guy standing on top of his car, maybe. Or maybe that's his equipment. Living silicone life creatures. What's on the ground? Sand? Dried. Is it all dried salt? Is it salt and sand mixed? Good question, King Kong. What does the bed of a dried salt lake consist of? Is it only salt? The bed of a dried salt lake, also known as a playa, is a playa, or alkali flat, consists of a variety of substances, not only salt. Here's a breakdown. Alkaline compounds such as other salts, minerals, and other dissolved substances that precipitated out as the water evaporated. Clay or mud, which can be found on the floor of a dry lake. Yeah, that's right, AI, you're repeating yourself. Precipitated salts, including alkaline compounds like arsenic, antimony, copper, zirconium, and heavy metals, as mentioned in the context of the Great Salt Lake of Utah. In some cases, a smooth, hard surface may develop due to the movement of shallow water by wind, as seen in certain dry lakes. We didn't ask about the surface, the smoothness of the surface, but we did ask what it consists of, I guess. Okay, I'll give it that. What's the proportion? What is the proportion of salt to other constituents of the dried bed of a salt lake? Oh, AI. Gotta ask for AI. I don't know. The proportion of a dried bed varies. Here are some rough estimates. So salt between 70 and 90%. So you got to clean your salt if you go to the if you go to the Great Salt Lake. You got to process your salt. 70 to 90%. Other minerals such as calcium carbonate, magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride, which I believe is a salt substitute, I think. Because I use a salt substitute. Rarely. I'm supposed to. Organic matter, algae, bacteria, plant residue. Yeah, there's probably the skeletons. What would you call it? Petrified skeletons of algae and bacteria and plant matter. Clay and silt, 1 to 5%. Other substances, gypsum, halite, Sylvite. I thought halite was salt. Trace amounts. So first salt, then other minerals, then the petrified plants and animals, and then clay, making up a very small percentage, 1 to 5%. And below that, gypsum, trace amounts. Dinkum Aussie says, I lived for a short period in Playa Vista, and it was near the beach in L.A. Playa Vista is a salt lake location? Gotta look it up. Let's pump our Google for that. What is Playa Vista? Playa Vista. What is Playa Vista known for? Good living. And that's it? Come on. These freaking ads, man, I swear. Playa Vista converted the former Hughes aircraft hangars. Gotta ask AI now. Is there a dried salt lake in or near Playa Vista? It said drive, so I got the wrong answer, and I didn't use AI anyway. Is there a dry salt lake in or near? Answer with AI. Sevier Lake, or Sevier Lake. Oh, wait, no, there is no dry salt lake in or near Playa Vista. Playa Vista is a neighborhood in Los Angeles, California. However, the search results do mention Sevier Lake, which is an intermittent lake in Millard County, Utah. And not in California. Thanks for answering what I didn't ask. Eldergrown with the spicy humor. Dinkamasi says there used to be Howard Hughes aircraft hangars there. Yeah, he built the, what do you call it, the Grey Goose? Which was the largest plane that had been built up to that time. Was it no, Grey Goose is alcohol. Howard Hughes aircraft. Howard Hughes aircraft. The Grey Goose. Whoops, that's Devil playing Mayhem. Images. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the big ass one? Come on, you gotta be there. Oh, come on. Nothing, not even a single picture of it. You gotta be kidding me. He was a Goose aircraft. Grey Goose. Hi, I'm Howard Hughes. Here's a model of it, evidently. A historic image of something or other. That's not the Grey Goose, though, right? The Spruce Goose. And for scale, look at that freaking plane, man. Without its wings. Well, not big for these days, huh? Not for these days. But back then, look how big it is. Let's take a picture. Whoops. Gorgeous old cars over there. It's right there, Eldergon wants us to know. Yes, it is. I was on the previous page. I'm sorry, Elder. Wish you were here with me. I'm not kidding. Looks like an A30 says 2012 Irene. Or 2012 Reen. 2012 Renee. I'll have to go down on YouTube again. The Spruce Goose. Prime came up with it. Sorry I didn't see your chat, Prime. Thank you, Prime 114. Cyrus says that he also has the same problem. I'm looking for diametric. I think he's talking about the problems of AI. He agrees with the problems of AI. I think that's what he's saying. Thank you, Cyrus. I'm mostly, I have both chats up here on the monitor, but because Twitch is the only platform paying me right now, Twitch is taking priority. Come on over to Twitch, where your presence will help me get paid. I would really appreciate it. If you hate Twitch, then YouTube's okay. Don't want to lose any viewers. Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes. Conan says, having to read YouTube and Twitch at the same time must be maddening. No, but when I read, I just read Twitch. I might glance down at YouTube like only maybe as many as 6 times a show. Not very often. It's really sad. Because I always used to have YouTube on the top. Back when YouTube paid me more. Now YouTube pays me nothing, and Twitch pays me more. Not as much as YouTube, though. So I do need your support, guys. And I appreciate it. Same article. Devil's Tower again. Thank you, King Kong. Well, here's one supposedly showing a tree trunk. Yeah, it's it looks like there's Cyrillic writing here, so it's in Russian or some other Cyrillic, other language with Cyrillic type. Let's see if we can get a blow up of that. Side-by-side comparisons of somewhere who knows where. And this looks like the same one. It'll be the same resolution too, probably. In Canada. Oh, they have 2 mountains like tree trunks? Very interesting. There's the trunks. Just incredible. No kidding. Look at that. They're even joined here by debris, what I imagine to be rubble, but may not be rubble. Interesting. A giant twin trunk tree. Thank you, Zerithian, for looking after this, looking after the store. Thomas Trevino says, "Prime for the win." No doubt, Thomas. Thank you. Let's see what we have for viewers here. We have a huge number on Twitch. Thank you guys on Twitch. I really appreciate you guys going over there. Doing some paperwork here in the office. Refreshing on my page. We'll wait for that to refresh. Cut it out. There, you guys. Cut it up. There we go. What's next? USA here. Oh, Argentina here. USA here. Very nice. Love you too, Taco. Yellow Rose for Texas. Are you allowed to pull up Mud Fossil University on YouTube? Problem is autoplay. If I pull it up and it autoplays, and I forgot whether I have it turned on or not. If I pull it up and it autoplays, it's a big problem, technically, because then it will autoplay a copyrighted video right off the bat as soon as it loads. Then I'll have to go back into the live stream after the live stream ends, edit that out, and I can't just edit it out of the live stream. I have to edit it out of the live stream and repost it as an uploaded video, basically. And I lose all the chat. All the chat's gone. So I'd rather not risk it. Even if I wasn't sure if I was on autoplay or not, I still probably wouldn't be sure, and I wouldn't want to risk it. So my apologies. You gotta change with the times, man. You have to change with the times. I tell myself. And it is the truth, so I listen. Yellow Rose says, I get it. Thank you, Yellow Rose. Eldergon asks, hey, Maz, do any of you know how to set up a channel commands? No idea on that one. Says Taco. Yellow Rose talking about a review. I don't think a review on it. Well, I've been to the website. Yellow Rose. It's good. Nice website. Not website. YouTube channel. He doesn't have a website. No website for Roger Spurs. The last time I looked, which was 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. He just has the YouTube channel, which I think is called Mud Fossil University. Okay, guys. Join us Monday night for Viewer's Choice on Twitch and YouTube. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And remember, on Monday, double feature. It's going to be good. So let's get the producer scroll on here. Thank you, Red Zeppelin. Have a good one. Good night, Verpeen. Good night, Big Test. Good night, Conan. Good night, Shazbot. Good night, David Bryce. All right, I just got those producers. I did it. I got them up. Oh, yeah. Good night, Devoured Eagle. Let's roll them producers. Which, yes, I must update this soon. Thank you, Red Zeppelin. Night, 2112, Irene. Good night, Gotcha Man. Eldergon reminds us there is a Discord link. Let me see what else is here. Get them all thanked. Take a deep breath. And that is moderators Conan the Barbarian and Dinkamasi, 2112 Reen, Big Test, Brooke Birch, David Bryce, Devoured Eagle, Eldergrown, Gotcha Man, Green Tea, King of Kong, Medic and Some Numbers, Raymond Garrett Gomez, Red Zeppelin, Rhino Rex, Shazbot Shiznit, Verpeen and Zerithian. And Yellow Rose for Texas. So until Monday night. May God bless and protect you all.